Welcome back guys to another Guild Wars 2 video. Today we are...
You.
Huh?
Excuse me, are you really going into battle looking like that? Your arm is literally so ugly. You have absolutely zero drip.
What the fuck? Okay, ouch. But honestly, she's not wrong. My Elementalist looks like an NPC that dropped out of a 2012 status zone. It's time to get a serious upgrade. So today, we're officially starting our journey to get the ultimate drip in Guild Wars 2. The World vs. World Legendary Armor set. To get there, we have to start from the bottom. Today's goal is to secure the Ascended Precursor shoulders, and to do that, we need to jump straight into the front line and get some loot. So, right after waking up and taking my morning coffee, I log into the Eternal Battlegrounds and see that the Reds have captured almost the entire map, including our home keep. Also, we're heavily, and I mean heavily, outnumbered here. Now, a smart player would probably wait for our commander, group up and play defensively. But me? I decided to make the highly calculated, incredibly galaxy-brained decision of trying to pick people off at the outskirts of the Zerg, single-handedly. After a very lonely and humbling walk back from the waypoint, I began to do some serious reflecting. I began to think that my skills would be more useful somewhere else, like maybe a completely different map. So I teleported to a nearby borderlands and began to capture a nearby camp. Then I take up supplies so that I have enough to siege the nearby tower. And as we are standing there hammering away at this massive iron gate, he suddenly asked me in chat, "Hey, have you done your weekly yet?" I looked at my weeklies and I saw that I hadn't. So he offered me the flame ram and let me use it to get my weekly done. Honestly, this is exactly what I love about the Guild Wars 2 community. You're in a competitive cutthroat PvP zone and yet your teammates are still looking out for you, making sure that you get your loot and you get your weeklies done. Huge shout out to that guy, and let's break this door down. But in World vs. World, you can never really celebrate. Just as we finished claiming the tower, I look at the map and I realize that the camp we just captured is already under attack. Someone is trying to take it back, and without wasting a single second, we go there and we kill him. With our camp successfully defended, we decided to go this route. Yeah, I don't really know what that guy's problem was, but anyways. With that minor distraction out the way, we decide to move towards the nearby keep. And here we have a catapult that is strategically placed by the commander to be able to shoot both of the walls. You can see that the outer ring is already down, but I'm shooting the inner ring. After shooting down both layers of the wall, we finally began marching in. Just as we start pushing in, I noticed something spawn on the map and immediately warned my squad that their emergency waypoint had spawned. In World vs. World, they basically spawned defenders right on top of us, so I tell everyone to play safe, but it was already too late. After that soul-shaking ambush, I decided to go back to the Eternal Battlegrounds, and to my surprise, almost the entire map was green again. And the heroes behind this massive comeback was a closed guild squad. And for those who doesn't know, a closed guild squad is basically a private, highly coordinated guild group that usually runs on Discord with specialized builds. Running alongside them, it became instantly obvious that this was something completely different from your average open tag. It was a next level coordination. Even though they were a closed group, their commander was a total class act. He was constantly putting out on-screen commands and callouts in map chat specifically for us outsiders. He'd tell us exactly where to drop our siege, when to hold back, and when they were planning to strike next. It made it so easy for solo players like me to actually integrate with your elite push and contribute to the war effort without getting in the way. Fighting alongside them was an absolute blast, but with their coordination and my AoE damage, we were just melting people left and right. I even managed to bag a couple sweet kills along the way. But as Guild Wars 2 is, we got a little too greedy. So we made a strategic retreat back to the camp. Running with an elite closed squad is awesome for some quick loot, but honestly it's not really my style, and I didn't quite fit into the military grade setup. Plus, I was still hellbent on actually learning the Borderlands maps properly today. So I made the decision to wave goodbye to the EB chaos and teleport right back into the borderlands and look for some casual group to follow. No meta stress, no crazy Discord requirement, just good old-fashioned map exploration and group fights. And apparently these bosses actually have mechanics, like real actual mechanics that you have to pay attention to. Now, despite me actually having to use my brains to dodge these actual real-life mechanics for once, we were still a pretty sizable squad. We had the numbers, we had the boons, and we were determined. And thank God for that, because this guy wasn't just any regular camp supervisor. This was actually the biggest, baddest boss on the entire map. But if you think we were done after taking down the biggest boss on the entire map, you don't know this squad. We barely even stopped to catch our breath before our commander pointed his sword to the east. There's an enemy tower sitting right there, and since the defenders are probably still scrambling after losing their main garrison, now is the absolute perfect time to strike. We keep the momentum rolling. And just like that, the eastern tower is ours. With a brief moment of peace, I decide to open up my wizard's vault to see how my progress is looking. And as you can see right here, this game mode is a total cheat code for getting your dailies and weeklies done without any real effort. After that, we went into absolute overdrive. We executed a complete blixtkrig on their borderlands, capturing camps left and right and pulling down towers right and left. We were unstoppable. But even with all this map dominance, there was still one unfinished piece of business. We decided to head back to the keep where we suffered the soul-shaking ambush earlier. This time, we're not gonna be caught off guard. This time, we're gonna capture the keep, once and for all. We arrive at the keep with one goal in mind, and I know exactly what to do. I ran straight back to the same sweet spot our commander showed us earlier. We dropped the catapults in the exact same spot as last time, only this time there's no blue army waiting to ambush us. This time we have the upper hand. Just like that, we actually did it. We finally captured the very keep that had come to haunt me in the past. From getting absolutely obliterated at the gates just hours ago, to standing in the throne room as victors, this is what Guild Wars 2 World vs. World is all about. The sweet, sweet taste of redemption. We were riding high on that victory, and honestly I got a little too comfortable. After taking down this wall right here, I was barely even focusing. Yeah, I died. Pathetically, I might add. It was honestly pretty embarrassing. One second I'm celebrating our victory and the next I'm face planting into the dirt, wondering where my health bar went. But if the red team thinks they can just sweep us under the rug and get away with this, they are dead wrong. We brushed off the embarrassment, grouped back up, and decided that the only reasonable response to this disrespect was total war. We are marching straight into red territory and we're not leaving until we've captured one of their main keeps as payback. Let's see how they like being on the receiving end. They never saw us coming, and taking down the keep lord was incredibly easy work. But like I said, you can never really rest in World vs. World, and one keep wasn't enough to satisfy our thirst for revenge. We wanted complete control. So before the red team even realized they had lost their first fortress, we hopped right back on the mounts and headed straight for the second keep. After beating the second boss as well, the red team's side of the map was in absolute ruins. We had completely dismantled their defense. But as we stood there catching our breath, I looked back across the map, and far in the distance I saw it. The tower where this whole crazy journey started. The one where the small squad got absolutely decimated. We had the momentum. We had the numbers, and we had a score to settle. It was finally time to go back and try again. Coming from the opposite direction this time, I'm not gonna lie, my PTSD was kicking in big time. I was genuinely worried that we might get ambushed from behind again and repeat that embarrassing disaster from earlier. Every shadow looked like another enemy Zerg. But luckily, that never happened. The flank was clear, our backs were covered, and we had completely free run at your gates. With that final tower finally secure, we're back to where this entire video began. My main goal today was to get the Ascended Pauldrons for my Elementalist, the crucial precursor piece I need to finally craft my legendary shoulders. And after all the blood, sweat and tears and embarrassing deaths on the borderlands today, I finally have everything I need. Look at that, we officially have some actual drip on our shoulders. The grind was 100% worth it. Thank you so much for watching this journey. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, subscribe for more Guild Wars 2 content, and always leave your thoughts on our wild World vs World adventure in the comments below. Until next time, see you all in the mists.